When I was sick, right, I had a huge breakdown, and I mentioned, in the entry before this that I had recorded, something during the time I was sick, and I revealed that it was me having a fucking breakdown. And I was gonna edit and post that, but I have watched back on the footage, and most, maybe all, that I had said you cannot hear because I was screaming so loud that the mic peaked. Most of what I said peeked through. You wouldn't even be able to understand what I was trying to say because I was screaming and also crying, so I was, slurring my words since I was crying. The overall video wasn't salvageable, I think. So I've decided instead of that to explain. I have written down on my whiteboard all the points that I made during my breakdown. Why? What I had a breakdown over is actually pretty important. I feel I should discuss what I had a breakdown over because it's been such a big part of my life, right? It's been such a big part of my life. And I've also, talked about it several times on here. The things surrounded by it. I've talked about it on here, and I feel like, and I've made promises, and I feel like if one day I just stop, one day I just don't do the things that I said I was gonna do, it will be like, so what happened? So I'm gonna explain it because I want to. Anyways, I have written down all the points that I made during my breakdown. I'm gonna tell you first what I had a breakdown over. So, as you know, one of my biggest passions, honestly, maybe my top one passion, has always been music. I was set on becoming a musician, an artist, for my future. Even though I'd, say, oh, I'm gonna become a lawyer or something like that, I always have it in my mind, I want to do music. And one of the biggest things, or one of the most important things to me in my, journey of music is my singing. I grew up with someone who sang for a living once, for a huge chunk of their life. So I also sang a lot, and I always got compliments. There was this one time I lived in a house with a store, and some stores in the Philippines, they have karaokes. They have a karaoke machine, and you can do whatever song you want. And I'd always do a song once a week at night, and I would sing it, and everybody would be clapping for me. Everybody in the store, even if they don't know me, even if they know me, they'd be clapping, and then afterwards they're telling me how good I sang. So long story short, all my life I've been told several times by a multitude of people who are both good and bad at singing that I am good at singing. And so I believed that, right? I took that with me, carried it on as I kept on growing. So what on earth did I have a breakdown about? My friend, not just any friend, somebody really important to me, told me that I don't have the voice. I don't have what it takes to become an artist, or at least make my voice a career. And for a few weeks, multiple weeks, I didn't believe it. Because even though it had come from one of my most important friends, one of the friends I trust the most, one of the friends I go to for a second opinion for shit, because they don't lie. They don't really have interest in lying. That friend, she doesn't have any interest in lying. That's just not something she does. Even if it's gonna make someone sad, even if it's gonna make someone happy, she don't care. She will tell the truth. And so what was I gonna believe, right? My friend who never lies, or everybody for my whole life telling me I'm good at singing? Of course I was gonna believe, everybody for my whole life telling me I was good at singing. And I believed that for multiple weeks, but that comment never left me. It stuck with me. And I do this thing where I record on my phone me singing or me doing karaoke so I can watch back on it and, see what I can improve on. I kept doing that. It's like a routine at this point. It's something I do whenever I'm free. Tell me why, I'm listening, and why does it sound bad? I've always been good at singing. Why does it sound bad? And then I'm like, maybe it's just a skill issue. So I go back to all the other karaoke and singing videos from the past, before my friend even told me about, like, I can't make it a career. Why do I sound like shit? And so that made me spiral. I went down a huge spiral, and I eventually had that breakdown. That's the reason why I had a breakdown. I'm gonna tell you a few points that I made during my breakdown, because it's very important that you know my thoughts, I guess. I don't know, it's not important, I just want to say it. I started off by saying, all my life, I've been doing this one thing all my life, just to find out I'm not fucking good at it. I said, they told me I could. Everybody told me I could. My family supported my dreams in, becoming a singer. Honestly, I didn't even start, like, music until, like, maybe 5 years ago. I've only had my voice. I've only had singing as my main thing for my whole life. And I was saying, like, why would they lie, And then I brought up the fact that my mother cried the first time that she heard my first song. Like, when I showed her my first ever song, she cried. And after that, I was like, did she cry? Because she knew I would go nowhere with this. I would not be able to pursue this. And then I said, I made it such a big part of my life, singing, yet I had no talent in it, no skill. I was not made for it. I spent so much of my life doing it just to find out shit. I said about how I had dreamed so much about it, how I've told so many people about it, almost everybody in my life about it, and everybody said I was good at it. And then I was like, why the fuck would you lie? When you knew I wanted to make it such a big part of my life, was it just to make me happy, temporarily happy? Why didn't you think ahead? Why didn't you think of the damage that it would do in the future when I eventually figure out that I'm not good at it? I brought up how I bought both of those guitars with my own money because I genuinely wanted to pursue music. And I was again going on about how, like, all my life, just to learn that I'm not good at it. I'll never be good at it, no matter how long I do it, because I've been doing it for years and I've not gotten better. And I brought up the fact, like, as long as you're happy doing it. But I was only happy because I thought I was good at it. I can't be happy if I'm not good at it. That's why I was happy for so long, because I thought I could do it. And then I went on about how, like, where the fuck do I sell my guitars? Where do I put it? Because I have to sell them, because I won't let go of this dream unless it's gone from me forever. So where the fuck do I put my guitars? I'll only be miserable in the long run if I keep them. And I said, quote unquote, I'd rip my own voice out if I could. I don't want it anymore. I mentioned the fact that I have so many vids of me singing on my phone, and I thought it was good. Because people said so. People told me I was good at singing. But then I listened back to it and I don't sound good. And I've never sounded good. And I will never sound good. And I was like, you all lied for so long and I believed it for so long. Why did you keep it up for so long? I didn't have anything else but this for so long. For a long period of time, I really did not have anything else but music for me. Until now, I feel like I don't really have much but that. For so long, I didn't have anything else, and you're telling me now that I don't even have this. I was screaming so much during my breakdown that my voice literally left. I was croaking and like coughing so much. Maybe it didn't help that I was sick during this breakdown, and I had a sore throat just previously. So yeah, my voice gone and just me going. I hope it stays gone forever. I don't want any more of that stuff. The usual breakdown stuff. I'm leaving out a lot of things I said, by the way, because I was screaming a lot. I said a lot. I noted down the most important bits, and it's already this much. Anyways, I said how I have thought something so big for so long. It's so big, and I thought it for so long. Do you know how fucked up that is? Like, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain. I have thought something so big for so long. And then I brought up the fact that I had 58 songs over the past 3 years and how they're all gone now and that it'll reach nobody's ears ever, ever. And then this was like one of the last things I said because I was getting tired, but I said, I have made it such a big part of me that when I take it out, when I eventually take it out, and I said, trust me, I will, it's gonna leave such a big hole inside of me. What could I put in there? What else could I possibly fit in there? So that's my breakdown. That's my breakdown. And until now, I have to mention, for a few days after that, I had tried my best to get rid of my voice permanently. I was having a moment. I was still kind of in that, like, mental breakdown state for, like, a few days after that. But every day, I would wake up, scream as loud as I can into my pillow at least 10 times to ensure that I really lost my voice. Yeah, that was crazy. I just have to mention that I'm a bit more clearer now. If you guys have, opinions, advice, I don't know, I'd take anything at this point. Just opinions or thoughts. I'd love to read them because I'm clearer now. I'm like not actively trying to get rid of my voice now, but I haven't really thought about it much because I'm busy and also because I don't know where to start. It's been again, I'm repeating myself, but it's been such a big part of me. I don't know what to do about it. I really don't. And so I guess that's part of the reason why I'm talking about it now, so that I can, I force myself to look back on it, relay my thoughts. But yeah, I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I'm fucking stuck. Usually I'm good at thinking, but I'm stuck. I'm really stuck. So I'm sorry this was such a long one. I know you probably didn't expect this today, but I hope you all are doing well. This wasn't really an entry, but sue me! I guess I'll see you all in the next one, and I hope you have a good night.